Hello. Thank you all for having me today. Good morning, Chairman and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Corey Marshall. I'm a Senior Director of State and Local Public Policy at the Chamber of Progress. We are a tech trade association that supports policies ensuring people benefit from new technologies while addressing real risks, and as a dad, especially for children. I want to be very direct. We share your concerns about protecting young people on and offline, but AB 965 doesn't accomplish that goal. First, the definitions are way too vague. Terms like, quote, emotion-based questions, end quote, and, quote, personal matters, end quote, are just too subjective. An AI math tutor that remembers a student's struggles and offers encouragement could fall under this law. So could a language learning chatbot. Developers won't wait to find out. They'll just pull features out of the state of Wisconsin or just pull out of the state altogether. That matters because a 2025 review of more than 60 studies found that chatbots have a positive effect on learning, especially in STEM. We shouldn't curtail tools that are helping students to succeed. Rep. Madison, I think you just lifted a very important question on if the authors of this legislation, if they've contacted the Department of Justice. That's the point I want to make now. This bill forces age verification through the back door. It doesn't explicitly require it, but it makes access depend on whether a user is a child. In practice, that means age gates and identity checks for everyone. I heard Rep. Franklin testify to the fact that AI can just assume the age of a child. Well, that's a very gray area. This bill would allow essentially us to age gate. Here's the problem with that. Strict age verification isn't feasible without collecting personal data, biometrics, retinal scans, driver's license. Well, minors might even have that, or an ID. This bill, which says that we don't want to collect more information on young people or Wisconsin residents, actually requires companies to request even more data. I also heard Rep. Franklin testify to the fact that the UK is age verifying a lot of their users. Well, as a federal judge in California noted, in the UK, they don't have the First Amendment. They don't have the Constitution that we have. You're born with the freedom of speech in the United States of America. And this bill would create barriers on a safer platform. Young people won't stop utilizing AI. They'll just go somewhere else that's less regulated. If you're saying that AI will assume the age of young people, they'll just figure out how to talk to the technology so that it can think that they might be their 65-year-old grandfather. I'm not asking for you to ignore the risks. I'm asking you to address them without undermining educational tools or creating new privacy problems. And this bill, as it's currently written, will create significant privacy concerns. And I imagine that you know what's going on in the country with age verification laws and the lawsuits and the costs upon taxpayers all across the country. For these reasons, I respectfully urge you to oppose AB 965, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your testimony. Questions from committee?